it's me, Peyton, and today I will be reading sections of Phan Fanfictions, or as I like to call it, Fan Fictions, but well, anyway, Fan is Dan and Phil, if you're unaware of this, and excuse me, but I'm sorry for my terrible hair, because I just took a shower, but, you know, all's well in the world of love and war, I don't know. But I will be reading sections of Dan and Phil fanfictions. So I hope you enjoy that. So, let's get on that. Excuse me for my terrible dancing as well. And for my lip syncing. The page is loading. Yes, it is. It's wonderful. Okay, so first, we will read a section. Well, this is actually the only section here, but it's More Than a Flatmate, a Phil and Dan fanfiction on DeviantArt. This is in Dan's point of view. The first day of university. I've never thought this day would. I can't read, I'm sorry. Anyways, Dan's point of view. The first day of university. I never thought this day would once come. The day when I leave my small room with Pokemon poster covered walls. So many memories, all gone. I take the last of my boxes out to my car and give my mom and dad a quick hug. I hopped in my car and instantly put in 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge in the CD slot. I blast Selena and I'm on my way. I pull up to the university and my car comes to a screeching halt in the parking lot. A young, gorgeous girl steps out of the building with a big smile on her face. Hi! Her cheerful voice made this whole university idea a little easier to handle. I hop out of my car to greet her. Hey, I'm Dan. I'll reach out to shake her hand like the gentleman I am. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I am Clarissa LaSalle. I am the head of Delta Nu, and I will be hosting a lot of frat parties. She winked at me as if I would be interested. Thanks, Clarissa, but I'm not the party type. I began walking around in my trunk as Clarissa followed behind me. Oh, okay. I just thought I would like to offer. Clarissa was too pleasant. It was almost like she was hired to cheer the scared new students up or something. If so, it wasn't working. I would love if you could offer me some help. I was going to take advantage of her nosiness, and she couldn't turn sneaking. Oh, I can't talk, I'm sorry. And she couldn't turn sneaking myself. I'm gonna restart. I would love if you could offer me some help. I was going to take advantage of her nosiness, and she couldn't turn sneaking and my stuff down. Yeah, no problem. Clarissa grabbed 2 boxes, which both contained some props for the videos I enjoyed making in my spare time. What is your flat number? 12-4. We were heading up the stairs now. She seemed to know where she was going, so I followed her. She made a swift turn left, and we walked to the end of the hallway. Dan, I know, reveal your new home. Clarissa bubbly exclaimed as she opened the unlocked door. It didn't look very homey, but I could tell my flatmate got there before me, because their things were all over the place. I noticed a lot of lion decor. What the fuck? Does he have a lion obsession or something? I heard footsteps coming from the hallway next to the kitchen. A 20-something boy appears through the doorway. He was wearing a purple shirt and black skinnies, which complemented his fringe. Hi, I'm Phil Lester, your flatmate. The pale-as-paper man walked over and shook my hand. He moved his black fringe out of his eyes and gave me a dorky smile. I like this guy. I don't know why, but I like him. Well, that's the end of that section thingy. Hey, Shadow. Yes, my doggy is here, but you can't see him because he's asleep on the floor. And next, we will read, I think this is chapter 3 of, yes, it's chapter 3 of I Swear That I Will Never Leave on Wattpad by Bring Her to Life. opened the door to his room. It was spotless. I remember what my room looked like, and it made me wish it was tidier so I could invite people around and not be obsessing over them thinking I was a pig living in my sty. My thoughts were disrupted by Phil screaming, "Shit!" and running over to his desk drawer. He drew the door open. He frantically looked through the drawer. Suddenly he stopped, sighed, and fell to the floor and faced me. In his hand was a small box. I wanted to know so badly what was in the box, but I knew that it was none of my business, and I had only just met him, so he probably didn't want to share it with anyone else. His eyes opened and he looked at me. His pupils dilated and he suddenly jumped up. He threw the box back in the drawer, looked on his desk, picked up a key and locked it. He then slid the key into his wallet. He spun around and looked at me. His eyes locked and nervous. The silence was awkward. I didn't know what to say until "I like your room" left my lips. "Thanks. I'm hoping to get it redecorated soon, or maybe even get my own place. I would love that. Maybe a flat in London." I could see that he was drifting off into his own thoughts, the nervous look leaving his eyes, being replaced with one of passion. As he came back to reality, he looked at me. "Sorry for daydreaming. Right, let's get sorted out." As he said that, I can't talk, why am I doing this? As he said that, he unzipped his hoodie to reveal what should have been gray long sleeve top, but was now dye red from the blood. Okay. He rolled up the gray sleeve, which revealed a reddy brown bandage. He untied the knot at the top and began to unbind his arm. Every so often, a hiss would leave his perfect pink lips. He got down to the last few layers, and the hisses became words and eventual cries in pain. A few tears escaped his pale blue eyes. He dropped the bandage to the floor, and I looked at his arm. The gashes were going up and down, left and right across his arm. The more I looked at them, the more I wanted to create more marks like that in my own skin. Phil got up and walked out of the room. I followed him down the hallway to the little bathroom. He turned on the tap and began to fill the sink with water. Phil's point of view. I filled the sink with water and looked up into the mirror to see Dan standing behind me. I didn't want him to see me like this. I grabbed a flannel from under the sink and submerged my arm into the water. I couldn't help but cry out as the cuts hit the cold water. A hand placed itself on my shoulder. Dan. I didn't want to look up, but I did. His chocolate brown eyes were staring into the mirror at me. I didn't know how to feel. It felt like his eyes were staring into my soul, like he could see right through me. The more I stared into the mirror, the more I started to realize things about him. How shaggy his hair was, how deep brown his eyes were, how perfect his lips were, how perfect he was. I looked down into the sink to see the clear water had now turned red, so I pulled my arm out and emptied the sink. Dan wrapped my arm in a towel to stop the bleeding. His tan hands patted lightly against the bleeding scars. I looked up. His face was a mixture of pain and concentration. "Dan," I questioned him, Are you alright?" I looked down at the towel wrapped around my arm. Patches of red were seeping through. "I'll be fine," he smiled. "Let's sort you out." I knew that he was lying, but I didn't want to pester him about it. I mean, I had only known the kid for a few hours. However, he was already in my house and knew more about me than my own mother did. I looked back up into the mirror to see Dan's face focused on the towel. Something was defiantly wrong with him. "Dan, what's wrong?" I demanded, taking his hands off the towel. His face concentrated on the towel as it fell slow motion to the ground. As soon as it had crumpled on the floor, Dan's eyes followed the path the towel had taken back to my arm. I tilted his head up so his eyes would look at something other than the scars on my arm. His eyes met mine. Tears had filled them. Without thinking, I wrapped my arms around him and held him. He silently sobbed onto my shoulder. His arms wrapped around my waist. I felt oddly comfortable with this concept. I pulled away and looked at him. His eyes were red, puffy, and bloodshot. "Let's go to my room," I suggested. I cleaned up the bathroom while Stan continued to sob silently in the door frame. I picked up a bandage from the first aid box in the cupboard above the sink and walked over to Dan in the doorway. I put my hand on his shoulder and walked him down the hallway to my room. We reached the room and I sat down on the bed and started binding my arm with the bandage. Dan continued to silently sob. Tears streamed down his face. He lied down on my bed and curled up into a ball. I finished wrapping my arm and tied a knot at the top like before. I quickly grabbed a long sleeve top and stepped outside the door and changed my top and walked back in. Before I could finish my sentence, my hand covered my mouth and a muffled gasp came out. I wonder what that means. Okay, that's the end of the chapter. I was going to read a couple more, but this turned out longer than I thought it would be, so I'm going to say goodbye and end it here. Peace! More weird dancing. Just to say goodbye. I'm gonna go right now. Bye.